What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video today. Hope you guys have absolutely amazing. I cannot talk. Hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Today, first day of the week on Monday. Hopefully I'll be able to daily upload, but it's the first day of the week until Halloween. Well, second day of the week, but you know. Alright guys, so today, as a Halloween countdown, which I'm super hyped for, we're reacting to 4 true scary stories animated. This channel is Wancy Entertainment. All the links to the channel and the video will be down in the description below. Like always, actually not like always, it's like one of my first reaction videos actually, now I think about it. But yeah guys, we're going to be reacting to Scary Stories Animated. Got my mac and cheese and my water, but this camera and webcam situation, hopefully it all works out. But yeah guys, let's just get right into it.
Last year, I had a classmate who didn't like to socialize. I was the only one who spoke to her. One day, she messaged me an article about cat abuse, knowing that I had a cat. I replied to her, saying, "Wow, that's literally insane." She then started pretending she was close to me and continued to send articles about cat abuse or pictures of dead, such as road-killed cats. Feeling uncomfortable, I slowly began to avoid her. And one day, I suddenly felt like she took a picture of me. While she left her seat, I decided to secretly check her cell phone. Surprisingly, the phone was not locked, so I could easily enter her photo gallery. And then, what I saw was horribly shocking. There were over 80 photos of me that I didn't even know she took. I got goosebumps when I saw the folder's name. It had my name. And there was one more folder, Cat, which contained pictures of dead bodies and the several articles that my friend had sent me.
Oh my god. Yo, that was weird, bro. Like the quiet girl, dude. That's weird, dude. I don't like that kind of stuff, bro. That's weird. Stalker stuff creeps me out, bro. Okay, story 2.
This story is about my friend's sister. The friend's family was living in a large apartment complex. One day, his sister went out, and this incident happened at that moment. Her ex-boyfriend, who was waiting for her, hit her on the head with a piece of sidewalk block.
Dude. Man, that's not right, bro. Like, dude, why are there people like this to like want to hurt people, bro? Like, it's not okay. It's just not. It's not good how people do this kind of stuff. They're just not right in their heads, you know. Okay, sorry for pausing. Let's keep going.
And just killed her. The security ran.
Oh, he straight up killed her. Oh. Okay, sorry I'm pausing. Let's just get into this.
And towards them in surprise. But he ran away, went up to the roof of another apartment complex, and killed himself on the spot. After that, there were 2 memorial altars set up for both the woman and the man. And ironically, they were located right next to each other.
Oh my god.
And meanwhile, the bereaved family of the man insisted on this. They told my friend's family, "Let's join their souls in marriage." My friend's parents panicked, so they eventually fought with the bereaved family of the man, cursing at them. He told me later that everyone in the memorial altar went crazy that day. One of my teachers told us about a dream she had. She had a dream about 3 or 4 years after her grandfather passed away. In her dream, it was raining hard, and her grandfather, who completely got wet, tried to pass his socks to my teacher. Even though she loved him very much, she kept refusing because she didn't want to receive them for some reason. Then suddenly, the view abruptly changed, and my teacher was in the car. She was driving through a very big tunnel. At some point, she started dozing off, pressed on the brake, and then woke up. She thought it was just a strange dream at first. Another day, she was driving in a car with her husband. She usually doesn't sleep when she's in the car, but she started dozing off in the front passenger seat on that day. When she woke up, She found that the place they were passing through was the same big tunnel she saw in her dream, and her husband was falling asleep next to her as well. Being startled, she immediately woke her husband up, and they returned home safely.
Good.
She suddenly remembered her dream, so she visited an expert to get any advice on dream interpretation. And the story goes like this. When you receive an item from a person who passed away, then you will die. Anyway, my teacher soon forgot about it for several years, until 7 years had passed. That day was the day they were going to change the place of her grandfather's grave, and the moment when they opened his coffin, they could see his wet body was floating in water. The strange thing was that the flesh had not yet rotted. She could see that the body had a bit of volume. She ended up thinking that her grandfather, who had been standing in the rain in a dream, might have wanted her to know of his current condition. However, this wasn't the only surprise. It turned out that it wasn't only her. Other relatives had the same dream.
Oh. Yo, that's weird, dude. Nah, that's like some witchcraft type stuff, bro. That's weird, bro. Oh, that sends chills down my spine. Oh. Okay, guys, so next we're going to be reacting to 3 Disturbing True Retail Stories by Mr. Nightmare. The other ones weren't really scary. I don't know why, but we need this to be scary. You know, these has to be scary, bro. It's Halloween. So this one's by Mr. Nightmare. Obviously, links in the description, all of that good stuff. I love Mr. Nightmare, dude. He's such a good, it's like his voice, dude. Alright, let's get into it. Sorry. Retail horror stories. Story 1.
I work at a CVS open 24 hours a day. I've been working at this location for 3 years now, and I'm one of the higher-ups.
Okay,
I agreed to take on the overnight shifts because I believe it helps my chances of getting another promotion, and I like to be on my boss's good side. There would only be one employee working the 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. shift, as that's all that's really needed. Once the pharmacy opens at 9 a.m., that's when business usually picks up. The 2 employees before me left after I was set up. At my hours, so few customers come in that my job varies from cash register to simply stock working. The beeper at the front door that would go off would alert me when a customer would enter, so I'd know when to go back to the register and wait. A few hours into my shift, I went back to the register to check my phone, which I had charging, and I had a new voicemail from an unknown number.
Okay.
I pulled it up and
Kinda
listened.
weird.
It was some weird voice on the other end that I couldn't tell belonged to a male or female, and I couldn't understand what they were saying. Like, the sound quality was terrible. The transcription was unavailable for that reason. Obviously, I just ignored it because everyone gets weird calls once in a while. As I continued doing stock work, my phone started to go off. I pulled out my phone and saw a bunch of texts from that number that just called.
Oh.
The first text said, "Call back when you can." The second one said, "I know you're at work, I'm coming to visit." The third one said, "What time are you working till?" I had no idea who this could be.
Yo,
I
wait,
texted back,
that's
"Who the hell is
weird.
this?"
It's weird.
The typing bubble popped up for like 20 seconds. Then it went away. They didn't respond to that.
Oh, I hate. Dude, have you ever texted someone and it's like you text them and then like you say something or like a risky text or whatever, then you see the typing bubble up for like ever and then it just goes away and then the conversation is just all awkward. I hate when that happens, bro.
Okay. A little unnerving, yes, but I still had to go about my work. Eventually, I heard the ding by the front door, alerting me someone entered. So I went back to the register and waited. I didn't see anyone walking around though, and I waited there for quite a while actually. Eventually, I just decided, okay, that's enough waiting, and went back to stocking shelves. I'd say it was around 2 a.m., a couple hours into my shift.
Dude, well, I hate the night
I
shift
got a
type
new
jobs.
cart full
Dude,
of
it
items
sounds
from the
so
back
scary.
section. This time beauty products, the second aisle in the store. I brought the cart over there and noticed a woman in the corner of the next aisle over, the first aisle. I stepped into that aisle and looked down, asking if she needed any help. She was looking down at one of the products in the corner. She didn't acknowledge me. Didn't know if she heard me or not, but I just felt awkward, so I left her alone. I walked back to the register just to wait there for her to finish up, and then I started getting more texts from that number. I was basically getting spammed with random messages that made no sense, except one that said, "I'm here." So I said screw it and I called the number. I heard a ringing sound coming from inside the store, and my heart started beating twice as fast. I felt a heavy feeling in my throat. I canceled the call, and the ringing stopped. I brought myself to walk over to that last aisle again, where the ringing was coming from. That woman was still there in that corner. I yelled, "Joke's over, I'm calling the cops, whoever you are." I almost knew it had to be some girl I knew playing a prank on me. I went back around the counter because for some reason I felt safer there. I really didn't want to call the police though.
You messed up with
Instead, I called my best friend, who picked up on the first try. I asked him to think of anyone we knew with brunette hair who had my number and would be playing a prank on me like this. He guessed a few names, but based on the body shape of that woman, it was none of them. My friend told me to just stop being a pussy since it was a girl. I told him, alright, whatever, and hung up the phone. I was about to suck it up and walk over there when I noticed her, peering half of her head from around the corner of the beauty aisle. She had to be kneeling down too because the shelf in that aisle is lower than the rest.
Bro.
The first thing I noticed was blood trickling down her cheeks.
Dude, look at that face, bro. Literally, so Mr. Nightmare edits like these photos or whatever. And dude, they freak me out when I see that kind of stuff. It's so scary.
She was smiling, and I heard her making these fucked up laughing sounds. It looked like she cut the skin on her cheeks right next to her lips. And this was when I realized she wasn't our age. She looked like she was anywhere from 30 to 40.
Yeah.
I took one step closer, and I recognized her. It was this lady with serious mental issues who had DM'd me with a fake account before. And as far as I knew, she was dangerous and was supposed to be in some psychiatric center. She must have gotten my number through my Instagram, which I have
this screen effects give me like a seizure.
That as a public figure profile, which includes my phone number. Seeing half her bloodied face peering at me, smiling, made me want to yak. I yelled at her to get away or I'd stab her. Of course, a complete bluff. I ran to one of the back aisles and hid from her, and I only sighed a breath of relief when I heard the beep of the front door go off. I went to go check if she was still there, but she wasn't. And so I called 911 and had the police take a report, showed them the CCTV footage, and warned them of her name and that she had serious mental issues. The officers were very nice and told me they'd be in the immediate area in case she returned. I blocked the number she was texting me from, and I like to think the police contacted her family.
Jeez, bro.
Visit usafacts.org to know the facts.
Dude, that's
and
like,
change the
that's
story.
like some scary stuff, bro. Like, that's like some really scary stuff. Jesus, dude. Wow, it's crazy to think that there's people like that here, dude. It's crazy. Story 2.
I used to work at the dairy.
Oh, actually, by the way, it's gonna be Tuesday when this video goes out, not Monday. I uploaded today on Monday the Call of Duty video. My bad, I just realized that.
In a grocery store. It was the worst job I ever had. A lot of heavy lifting, expired dairy products, and shivering. The big dairy cooler was in the back of the store, in the area where all the groceries yet to be stocked on the shelves were kept. I would often just chill in the dairy cooler, no pun intended, because the supervisors on duty would never think to check on me in there. I'd bring a hoodie just so I wouldn't get cold. Anyway, one night I was working till 10 p.m. The store got quiet past 9. However, Mr. Senko, the supervisor who was a pain in the ass, was on duty. So after stocking the milk cartons one more time for the night, I brought everything to the back area again. On my way back to the dairy cooler to just hide and chill in there, I saw very briefly, for like half a second, the face of someone through the glass of the cooler door. But they either just ducked down or faded away out of my view.
Oh,
who was in there?
The heck?
I went through the doors to see, and got hit with that blast of cold air and the loud sound of the giant refrigerator blowing cold air into the room.
I know those things.
Boxes, pallets, and crates of milk everywhere, but no immediate sight of anyone. There were many places to hide behind the giant piles of boxes, but no one was in there. So I did my usual. I sat on an empty milk crate hidden behind a big pile of boxes. Then suddenly the lights in the cooler turned off, and it went almost pitch dark, besides the light from outside the cooler coming in through the glass of the door. I had a mini freakout because I thought Mr. Senko knew I was in here and was basically signaling for me to come out. I stood up and came out from around the boxes, and then I froze. Something was blocking partial view of the two cooler doors. There was a silhouette of a really tall person right in front of me. It couldn't be Mr. Senko, he was kind of short. The figure right in front of me had to be a foot taller than me. Suddenly, the light flickered back on, and the figure I thought I saw right in front of me was no longer there. I nervously walked around where I thought I saw something standing. I even waved my hand through the air in that spot. I somehow felt like I wasn't alone in there, and so I burst through the doors and shut the dairy cooler light. I peeked inside now with the light off, but that figure I saw in there just a moment ago was still gone.
Yeah, no.
I threw my apron up and clocked out early.
Quit the job, anything.
I didn't care if Mr. Senko would be mad. I just needed to get out of there. That was the one paranormal thing to ever happen in my life.
Get out of there, never come back. No, burn the place down.
Donald Trump never learned a basic lesson we all teach our kids. Take responsibility for your actions.
No.
You guys have been getting these election ads, dude. It's so annoying. Story 3.
I do overnight stock shifts for various local Lowe's home improvement stores. All I do is work whichever specific location needs me for the night, usually dependent on which location is having the most business. My job is to unload trucks, operate forklifts in the back section and throughout the store, and do night stock work. The trucker on duty that night was Paul, the only other guy with me that night. Once we successfully unloaded the truck, he helped me sort them in the back room before going off to do another pickup with the truck. So I was left alone to continue work as normal, nothing I wasn't used to. I'd scan the new shipments to take inventory, then I'd bring the items out to the floor and stock shelves with the new items. That's exactly what I was doing, going back and forth from the back warehouse section to the main floor, stocking shelves.
Okay,
sometimes
seems like
using
a
the
normal
forklift.
like hardware store kind of.
I was scanning items with the inventory gun towards the back section of the warehouse when a loud crash scared the living shit out of me, to the point that I jumped and turned around midair. It was a big box that had fallen off a large pile of pallets full of unopened packages. The box's contents didn't spill out. The box was still intact.
Okay,
So I went to get the
good.
forklift to lift the packages back up onto the pallet. It was at this point I smelt a funky odor, but it wasn't the most uncommon thing ever in the warehouse. So I continued my work. At some point later that night, I turned the corner into the paint aisle and saw someone walking all the way down at the other side. They were dressed in dark clothes. No one else was supposed to be in the store, and they weren't wearing work clothes. So I shouted, "Hey." They turned around, and when they saw me, they took off running down an intersecting aisle. Naturally, I yelled again and started chasing after him. Of course, when I got to the intersecting aisle, he was nowhere to be seen.
It's weird.
He could have been in any aisle by then. Still, I did one quick jog down the middle aisle to look through all the intersecting aisles, but I didn't see anyone. I called anyone who I thought could have possibly been on duty, but nobody even picked up. I was at a loss for who that could be. I had to assume it was an intruder. I returned to the warehouse, and as I walked through the doors, I heard another crash from the back section of the warehouse. I ran in that direction and discovered something had fallen from the same pile of pallets and boxes. That was
That's
it.
weird. No, that's
I had
weird.
to run and grab a
Just get
ladder to go climb up the stack of boxes.
No, just get out of there.
When I got
Like,
to the top, I realized there was a perimeter, or wall rather.
He's dead. He's gonna die. No, it's over. It's over. It's done for him. It's done. There's gonna be some like dead body back there or something, right? How much you want to bet?
Of packages and boxes surrounding one big hole. In this hole, there was a homeless-looking man dressed in all black, the same
What did I
man I
say?
had just seen. This was where the odor from earlier was coming from. He looked at me, and I looked back at him, speechless. I didn't know what to say. He got up and seemed as though he were coming to lunge at me. I quickly stepped down the ladder low enough to where I could jump off. Then I ran down the aisle of the warehouse and stopped. I got on the phone with the police, and a couple officers showed up 15 minutes later. Of course, the little secret home that man had made between boxes was empty now. He evacuated with all this stuff. Camera footage later revealed that man had been staying in that little secret spot he created for a whole week. No one really checks the camera footage unless there's a reason to.
Yo, nah, this man did this guy's thing. Nah, he ain't no homeless man looking for a home. This is a YouTuber doing a 1 week in Ace Hardware store challenge. How much you want to bet? He's doing an overnight challenge.
That's how he got away with it unnoticed for so long.
Jeez, bro. That's weird. Imagine though, cause like you're just working, there's someone living in the wall. It's like it's scary, bro. Like that gives me chills, dude. That's like terrifying. Yeah, that's scary, dude. Winners, guys, that's gonna be it for the video today. Hope you guys did enjoy. That is Tuesday, on the Halloween countdown. If I can even talk. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. We're reacting to the Mr. Nightmare. I don't know what I'm gonna do for tomorrow, if I even will upload tomorrow. Hopefully I'll do it because Halloween's coming up soon. But yep, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, peace out.